for starting today's webinar late because of some technical issues towards the end. I see there are many people who have joined us, so we'll just wait for another 2 minutes. We have our speaker joining us today very soon now. So till then, I hope everyone is safe, everyone is healthy, because again, we see that the COVID cases are slowly increasing. So please stay home, stay safe, and follow all the government protocols. And one more thing is, I hope all these webinars that we are doing is actually very helpful to all of you, because as you know, we at Optotax are a knowledge sharing and technology platform. And we do our best in sharing knowledge through daily updates on social media, on WhatsApp you get. And then we have our newsletters, compliance calendars. I hope you all have subscribed to them. And also these kind of webinars where we have the best faculties from across India who will be helping you with various topics. We have covered almost every topic that a CA would require, that a tax professional would require, right from GST, income tax to virtual CFO and everything, right? Even today we are here to discuss how technology has impacted our lives, especially after the pandemic. We have been forced to change the way we work, the way we live, right? So today's webinar will definitely help you in understanding what are all, how new technologies will help you to improve your day-to-day productivity, not you as a partner also, not you as a manager also, but even your articles and other staff in the office will benefit with whatever tips that our talented speaker will tell us about today. So he will be joining us very soon. So till then, I would also like to know from all of you, what other topics do you think you want a webinar on? Any topic that you always wanted to hear us, please put that in the chat box. And I also request all of you to keep using the chat box, even when the speaker is there. If you want to ask him any doubts, ask him what about his experiences, even that you can let us know in the chat box. So please keep the chat box live. GST new changes, Finance Act, e-invoicing, yes. Any other topics? We will definitely, not only here, you can leave us feedback elsewhere also. And you will also be finding a feedback form right after this webinar. You can let us know about what are the topics you want or what are the changes you want in the method we do, in the way we do our webinars as well. So we have got a lot of very nice feedback from all the people who have joined. Okay, how to tackle GSTR 2A versus 3B difference at the time of assessment. Generally the assessment requirements. FEMA, yes. Tally. Okay, SEZ law also. Initiatives for MSME finance, yes. FEMA, Rule 86B, yes. So thank you so much. You can keep these recommendations coming. We will be slowly, organizing much more webinars for you as well for all these kind of topics, right? Yeah, FEMA. Office automation, Rajji, I'm sure today will somewhat help you to get an overview or even a detailed analysis of how you can automate your office functions in order to improve your productivity and overall service quality that you're providing to your clients. Yes, the Foreign Trade Act also, policy also is drawback EIS, yes. So I'm really sorry, but little bit, I think you have to wait for a speaker. I think he has some personal commitments because of which he is joining us a little late. So I really apologize for the inconvenience, but please wait another 2-3 minutes. He'll be joining us. New opportunities. Actually, CA Manish ji, we are doing these kind of webinars and series as well. We have also done it in the past. So in case you want to view all those recorded videos, you can definitely go on our YouTube channel. It is available. All new opportunities for CA, we have taken that as a webinar, as a series. It's a three sessions ka series we have taken, where you will get all whatever new topics. You have virtual CFO, you have forensic auditor, everything that we have done. So you can go subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can go and view all the previous webinars over there, so that you can keep rewatching it until you have any doubts. You can comment us any doubt you have and we can get back. RERA also, we are planning another one. We have also done a webinar series on real estate exclusively, 2 months back. You can go, view that again in our YouTube channel. Tapanji, thank you so much. That yeah. Thank you so much, Manishji. I really am able to see a lot of comments here telling that how these webinars are very useful to all of you. So we will keep continuing to do this for sure, to help you all empower yourself, empower as us as the professional community, because so many changes every now and then. You have so many changes coming in the law, and we are definitely bringing out webinars and webinar series, which is as per what is a trend and what are the new things that is coming up in a law. We'll be covering all that as well. Yeah, I think he's just about to join now. So today's webinar is actually a pretty unique one, which we have organized. Rather than just talking about laws and acts and sections, today's is more of a practical view, where you will understand all the new technologies that will be there. Hi Maruti ji. Maruti agencies, yeah. Hi. So all the new technologies, or the new ways that you might already have the technology, but you might not know how to use it. All that you will understand today, how you can implement that in your office and improve your efficiency. Like one small example could be automating your document management. You can I'm sure you all have servers, right? You can have an online server where you can even share it confidentially with your clients, and you can view who has made the editing, you can view who has made the changes, right? So in places like these, Google forms, Google sheets and all will help you with tracking. Multiple people can work on the same file at the same time, so all those advantages are there. So that is one small idea from my side on how you can improve your document management, document sharing among many people. Because a single document, when you're issuing an opinion, written opinion, or you're replying to any department letters, right, department notices, an article will work on that. After that, a manager will work, and then the partner will overview all of that, right? So on Google Forms, you have this entire tracking of the document as to who made the changes, when they made the changes, right? So you will know what actually your article worked on, what changes were made by the manager, and what are the changes that you will be making. Yes, so a speaker is just joining us now. I'm really sorry for today's delay, but I'm sure today's session will be so interesting that you will be able to take the advantage of such a talented person with us, because he's also not only as a senior accounts manager in Indian Oil, but he's also he has taken so many initiatives to digitize our he makes so many initiatives to digitize our daily tasks. You will see that when I introduce him as well. Kalyanji, yes, noted. but also we will be actually, if there is any PPT or any material that the speaker is giving, we will definitely be sharing that to you post the webinar. So in those, most probably you'll get the resources, right? Yes, Kalyanji, we have noted this. We will do as much as we can to get those resources to you. Yeah. So also, by the time the speaker joins us, who's just joining us, I would like to know from your side also, what are the new technologies or what are the new softwares that you have started using, especially after the pandemic, which has actually improved your productivity in the office? It may even be Zoom, right? Zoom was something we never even imagined using before 3-4 years. But now all the client meetings and all, most of it happens over Zoom only, right? So if there's any, Optotax, definitely. Thank you so much, Akash. So we have, created Optotax, free of cost to all tax professionals, just for the empowerment, because, it is how difficult it is to manage taxes for so many clients. Some of them have 50, some of them have even 100 clients, right? Thank you, Kalyanji. Thank you so much. So we have CA Manish ji, who has actually developed GST return dashboard using Google Forms sheet and Google Data Audio, which is really nice, sir. We actually are hesitant to do new things because we think it is confusing, or because we think it will take a lot of time. But once we actually put in, 10 hours or 12 hours on developing these kind of new, it's not even a new technology that you have created, right? It is what you have, something you have created new in an Excel sheet, an Excel template. It might take 10-12 hours to do it, but in the end, you will be able to finish your returns much faster, 50% faster, 60% faster as well. Surajji, we are actually developing that. Password sharing tool is also a very good example. Yes. Optotax had increased our productivity, Vijayji. Thank you so much. And also, any feedback you have with respect to our platform as well, you can please let me know. Yeah. I think we have a speaker today who has joined us.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, hi, Pranav sir.
Yeah. Hi, Ramna. I'm sorry for the delay. I'm just reaching my home in just some time. I'll be reaching in 5 minutes. And just wanted to tell, I have a colleague with me, and he will be assisting me with the today's webinar. So his name is Subham. He's a CMA. So he will also be there. I think he has joined as a panelist. I'll just check, and I'll be joining with my presentation in like 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, I'm just joining.
Okay, I think Shubham has not yet joined us.
Okay, I'll just call and check with him. I'll just call.
Yes, yes. So I really apologize for the delay this time. Yes, we have Kalyan Boji has told us that he did something simple this year where they got director KYC details through Google Forms, confidential Google Forms, and almost 60% data came with follow, which is a very nice idea that you have done. Okay, Amrish ji, we have noted it. Yes, WhatsApp web is another simple but very useful thing that I think everyone would have started using, especially post the pandemic. Everyone wants all the details on WhatsApp, right? So all the Excel sheets, PDF, everything we share through WhatsApp web. Yes, Surajji, all the PPT, whatever may be used by the speaker, by the faculties, will be shared with you post the webinar. So please don't worry about that. Yes, we have another recommendation from Manish ji. Google Notes is a good way to keep a note of important things. And Google Notes also can be shared among your colleagues, among your subordinates and your articles. So you'll have a real time check on what is the progress of the work for each and every client on those Google Notes as well. Thank you, Suraj. So I'm really happy that everyone is actually waiting here for the speaker. Also giving so many recommendations over the chat on how you have been, trying to improve your own productivity in your office using different kinds of new softwares that we have never done before. Thank you, Kalyanji. Thank you so much. So Nitish Kumar ji is telling remote desktop software from app anywhere. Yes, you have apps like AnyDesk and Google Team, right? Team Viewer. Sorry, Windows Team Viewer with sorry Surajji, as you see there this has some issues towards the end. We'll be starting the session soon in another 2-3 minutes. I'm really sorry for the wait. Yeah. Vijayji, I think Google itself is a very good, cost-effective cloud that you can get. But you also have other private servers in case you want more confidentiality, among with your data. Yes, use of DSC has also increased, to authenticate the documents. Kindly give one webinar about good applications to use in the office for easy works like Excel and Tally and all. Sure, we'll give. Today's webinar itself, I think, will cover quite a good portion of it. If anything is left out, we can definitely take another webinar. And so it's really happy to see so many enthusiastic people here. Like I think Suraj only told that, on Saturday evening, we are here to see the webinar. So it's very happy to see such consistently attending people. I've seen Suraj ji, Kalyan ji attend, a lot of our webinars. So really happy to have such people in our community. So thank you so much. Screen recording for training of new staff is another big help. Yes, exactly. Very good. Yes, Santoshi will be starting in. I'm very sorry. I really apologize for the delay. I think Pranav ji will be with us shortly. Okay. Yeah, we have Chetanji who's telling for marketing, they have started using more of social media, like Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram, Twitter, YouTube channel, influencer marketing. That's great. Yes. You've seen that surge, especially after the pandemic. Yeah, I request everyone to please wait with us for another 2 minutes. I think there are some technical issues on Pranavji's side. Really, really sorry. I apologize for that. Yes, yeah, Akashi noted, webinar on opportunities for CAs in Mopsel area, mainly on how to explore with ethics. Yes. Pranavji, have you joined us? Kalyan Ghoshji, WhatsApp status a good way to remind people of deadlines the start of the day. Yes, giving the deadlines 1 day before, 2 days before, on the day of the due date has gone. Okay, Pranavji. WhatsApp bulk softwares to send messages to huge people. You have, even the broadcast channels that you can use on WhatsApp. So this way you can actually keep in touch with your clients as well, on and off, and you can send them, updates, the new GST updates, new income tax updates. They even your client will know that you are actually keeping update, and you will work on that for any GST returns that you're filing for them or anything. Yeah. So Pranavji is now joining us. So by this time I'll just introduce him. So Pranav Tulshyan is a chartered accountant by profession, and he was also a rank holder in CA exams. He was a rank holder 5 in CA final, rank 1 in IPCC and CPT. He's currently working as the senior accounts officer in Indian Oil Corporation. And apart from that, from his digital domain experience so far, you can see that he is running an online YouTube tutorial on Python for finance, where he teaches coding with respect to finance division. And he has developed a software for merging GSTR 2A of various periods. And he has also developed an automated program for downloading PDF of entire year of GSTR 1 and 3B. And he has also, developed a program for sending auto bulk mails, and also, for applying DSC in case of multiple PDF files without any manual intervention. And last but not the least, he's also managing the open learning platform called Efficient Corporates for learning, sharing, and building various automation tools. So it's an honor to have with us Pranav G today. Such a talented, young, enthusiastic person with us. So yes, Pranav, over to you.
Okay, thanks, Ramna. Thank you so much. And first of all, I would like to have very sincere apology with all the participants who are there. I'm really sorry. There was something unplanned, very unplanned. And that's why I I became a bit late, but okay, without wasting further ado, let's start. Okay. And Ramna, can you just check once Subham needs to join
He has joined
final.
us.
He has joined. Subham, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
You are able to share your screen, please check.
Yes.
You are able to. Okay, right. Okay, take care. No issues. Currently, I'll be sharing the screen. I'll let you know when you need to.
Okay.
Okay. Done. I'll just check whether I am able to share my screen. Yeah, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, Ramya, I think the screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Okay, so I think there has been a much of background of what today's webinar is around. It's regarding office productivity and how we can use technology and make our work more easier. And basically, the topic is being efficient, more efficient, and not only busy. So, first of all, thanks to the team Optotax team for organizing such great webinars. I have been a regular viewer of the webinars that Optotax organizes, and thanks for giving me an opportunity to present my ideas to your team. So right. So now just briefly about me. I'm working currently at Indian Oil Corporation Limited as senior accounts officer, and I've been a tech enthusiast I think since beginning only. And yeah, I am very crazy about automatic things and how at finance we can leverage technology and how we can automate our things. Okay, so what we are going to see today is a glimpse of what all can be done, because it's just a tip of an iceberg what we'll be discussing today. And yeah, did my articleship from Ernst & Young and got ranks in CPT, IPC, and finals. So just a quick overview of the today's agenda. Let me go a bit slow. Okay, so today we'll be discussing about how because if you are working in an office, maybe in articleship or maybe just as an executive in some company, you might have seen that searching files are a bit a tedious task, right? Because we have a lot of PDF files, Excel files, we don't know in which files, in which folder we have saved it. So how we'll see how we can search your files very easily, effectively, extracting files name and renaming them, some bulk auto emailing things, some steps recorder, because there is a lot of handing over, taking over that goes around in offices. We leave a profile, we have to explain someone else how things are being done, and a lot of time is wasted on that as well. We'll see that. We'll see some Outlook rules, multiple PDF signing, and lastly, we'll see some file tools and some GST related tools. Okay, so that's all what we'll be seeing today. So yeah, all these tools will be, none of the tools are paid, but yeah, some tools which we'll be discussing might require some coding knowledge, and that is where your willingness to learn comes. That your willingness should be there, that you should have willingness inside you that whatever thing I'm doing, let me take a step back and सोचते हैं ना यार कि ये जो काम कर रहे हैं क्या ये मैनुअली करना जरूरी है, या हम कुछ टेक्निक लगा के कोई ऐप यूज करके थोड़ा बहुत कोडिंग करके भी क्या हम इन चीजों को ऑटोमेट कर सकते हैं. सो दैट थॉट प्रोसेस इज रिक्वायर्ड, दैट विलिंगनेस इज रिक्वायर्ड, एंड योर एफर्ट इज डेफिनेटली रिक्वायर्ड. क्योंकि जब भी आप ऑफ द वे जाके काम करते हो, ऑफिस में काम करना कोई मुश्किल बात नहीं है कि बॉस ने बोला काम करो, हमने काम कर दिया, बट आपको जब सोचना है कि यार काम को हम और इफेक्टिवली कैसे कर सकते हैं, देन यू माइट हैव टू बर्न दैट एक्स्ट्रा ऑयल एंड बर्न दैट एक्स्ट्रा टाइम टू थिंक दैट हाउ यू कैन सेव योर टाइम इन फ्यूचर. तो ये 3 चीजें चाहिए होंगी जो भी हम एप्स डेवलप करेंगे, एप्स की बात करेंगे उन सब में. सो स्टार्टिंग. सो ओके, आप जो विंडोज, बेसिकली आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग कि सब लोग विंडोज लैपटॉप में, विंडोज पीसी में काम करते हैं. सर्चिंग अ फाइल इज वेरी हेक्टिक टास्क, एंड मेरे लिए भी काफी हेक्टिक रहता है, क्योंकि थाउजेंड्स ऑफ फाइल में से कोई एक फाइल ढूंढना, तो सर बोलते हैं यार वो जीएसटी का एक काम किया था, वो कहाँ पे है, तो हमें भी नहीं पता था कि एग्जैक्टली वो है कहाँ पर. तो एक लोकेट 32 इज अ ऐप. आई विल शेयर अ बिट, आई विल शेयर अ लिंक. मैं पहले आपको दिखाता हूँ काम कैसे करता है, ठीक है. लिंक आई विल बी शेयरिंग.
Pranav ji, sorry to disturb you.
Yes.
They have requests from the audience to use more English because I think people all over from India.
Okay. I thought Hindi would be more compatible. That is why, okay, I'm more comfortable in English as well. So, okay, so I was saying of app which we can use, because when we are working in office, we have to search across multiple files, right? So that is why there is one small app. I'll just display first how the app works. Okay, this is a small app. As you can see, that just a small window, name extension. Now suppose I have to search for a file. Now I am saying look in everywhere. Basically I'm just giving a command, look everywhere in this PC and give me all the files which has a name GST. Now you can see within flick of a second it has given me all the files. Now I will tell him, but I need a XLX file, not the folders. So it has given me all the Excel file that has a GST. Now what I want is, it has a GST to be in the middle, right? I want something that's starting with GST. So what I can do is I can just simply say GST and a star. And in the advanced portion, I have to give match whole file name. Now you can see I've got all the files that starts with GST, right? And I found it in entire system. And you can see that it doesn't require any time. Now if I want to do something like I have done something regarding annual return, so I'll say annual star GST. Now I could get where I have the annual any file name where I have annual and the GST, right? So this is how this is a very small app. Maybe many of you have been using it, but if not, then I think it's a great tool to use. I'm just sharing with you a link of how you can get it, or I'll just show you how we can actually get this. You can just go to Google, simply type locate32. Okay, it's not a paid software, nothing. It has been developed by Jen Hutman. I talked with the guy as well. He developed it back in 2000. Means he developed it 15 years ago, and it was a really great file. So you can just type locate32. You'll get this link, locate32.kogi.net. I'll just zoom it in case you're not visible, you're not able to see. So locate32, even if your system, if you are working in a corporate which has high security system and they have admin rights, even it does not require those admin permissions. Okay, so you can definitely use it in your system, in your offices. You can download the 64-bit version for Windows. I'm not sure whether it's available for OS or not, iOS, but yeah, for Windows it's available 32-bit, 64-bit, whichever you want to download. And yeah, once you have downloaded it, you will get something like this. You'll get a folder, locate32x64, something like this. You'll get these many files. You simply have to click on locate32.exe, and once you click it, you will get something like this. And since you will be doing it for the first time, you have to do it update database. This is critical because doing so, it will take 2 or 3 minutes. It will read all the files that is present, and everything is offline. There is no something like the data will be stored in the app or something. It's a very simple app, and nothing online, no data will be shared online, or nothing confidential issues are there with the app, as far as I have tested it. So in that way, you can just do the update database for once, and once you have done update database, you can simply search for any file you want, and you can go to some advanced option, like if you want some any kind of zip files or any kind of document files. It will see everything, like it will see for every XLX file or any other type of document file which is there, or a TXT file. And simply you can go for video files, sound files, source files. So if you have a group of files that you want to search, you can search over here. And if you have some particular extension that you want to search, like documents file will have docx, all these things. Okay, in that way I'm just doing it by extension, and by extension once I do it, I can just type the extension I want. I want the XLX, so I got this. So if I don't want annual, I need something which I've written working. I'll simply do working. GST, and I've got all this. I've got something that starts with working. I've removed this star, and I've got the file that starts with working. Now you want to see in which folder this file lies. You can simply just click on this file. You can go, okay. You can just do a right click and it will show you the folder path. It is displaying it here as well, but yeah, even you can go to that particular folder by right clicking it. Just a bit slow for now. So this is displaying you in which path the particular thing lies. And if you don't want to search it everywhere, you have a particular folder. Suppose for a particular company, for a particular client, you have a folder. You can just simply type that in lookin. In lookin folder, you can type that, and you will get that. And you can just simply say open containing folder, and it will open that folder exactly where that file was. So it's a very handy tool if you want to search across files. Just facing audio issue. Okay. Is there an audio issue? Shall I check it again or it's fine? Someone can confirm. Asa has written that there are some audio issues. Yeah, the PPT will be shared to all person. Okay, fine, all clear. Okay, great. Thanks. So this was a tool. I hope the tool is pretty simple. Go to Google, download it from there, update the database, and then you are pretty much anywhere you can use it. You can search any files you want in your laptop. Okay. So I personally think that the search feature of the Windows was not so effective, was not so fast, and not so convenient. So that's why this app is on top of my list usually, and I use it on a daily basis. Like I open this app maybe 5 to 10 times each day. Okay, coming back to my PPT. So yeah, super fast search within folder and subfolder, and the search start date, end with, all these things you can do. And size and date filters. I don't know whether I mentioned that. Yeah, I didn't mention it. You can even do size and date filters. If you have to do like minimum file size should be like 1024 bytes, which is around 1 kilobytes. Maximum size, you know that the file is not so heavy, it is around less than 10 MB. So you can just do 1024 and you can do 00000. That it lies between these range. You can do it in kilobytes, KB, MB. Means that is also a feature. Files newer than, you know, a particular date that I had done it regarding when the tax audit time was there. That time I did this calculation. So tax audit must be in November or September. You can just do a date range and you can find that file. That within this date, find me that file. So this tool is like you can explore it on your own as well. Maybe I'm not explaining all the features, but yeah, you can definitely explore it and you can see how well this tool works. Okay. So yeah, this thing was there. These things, locate 32, top of the list, the best app I find for searching files. If there are any other files, any other tools, you know, definitely I would love to. What is the app name? Okay, the app name is locate 32. It's written over here, locate 32. Okay. Right. So coming to the next thing, renaming of files. Okay. So I don't know whether you are required to do it frequently or not, but many times what I come across is that I have to put a particular company name maybe in front of the file. I'll just show you how things work, how this works, what I'm supposed to do sometimes. Like I have this, suppose I have these files. Okay, I have these many PDF files. Okay, we can have a Word file or Excel file. Now, okay, I'll ask a simple question that if I want, okay, if you can see I have 191 items. I have 191 files in this folder, 191 PDF files. Okay, suppose I want the name of this file in an Excel file. That some occasion your senior said that give me all these names in an Excel file. I don't know for what matter he needs it, but he needs it. So I have to give him. How will you be doing it? If I ask you bulk rename utility. Yeah, right. Okay. So how do you get the name of the files in an Excel file with 197 names in an Excel file? Any idea? Anyone can share their experiences? Someone chat. Copy URL and paste in browser. I don't know how that works. I use everything. Okay, copy URL and paste in browser. Okay. You are saying for that locate 32, I guess. Okay, I'm just copy pasting a URL. I don't know whether he was saying this troublesome. Rename as XLS. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'll just show you what I mean to say. I had 197 files and I want the name of these files in an Excel file. Okay, so I have a small command. I'll just open CMD. This is the command prompt window. And I'll do something like B. Just a minute. Just check. There's a small command that you can place in your CMD window, and you'll get all of the list of all these files in an Excel file. Okay. So the command is dir/b greater than txt. This is the command. I'll share the Excel file with the participants. So you can just simply write this command. You can just press an enter. And what you will see is a file has been created on this name list.txt. It has been created just now, 16th April 1749, which is just now. And just by pressing that command, you can say the the name of all the files have been populated in this txt. You can simply just control A and you can just copy paste in an Excel file. Okay, so I don't know whether I hope the process are clear. We just have to like if you want the name of all the 191 files or whatever files you had, all those files you have got in an Excel, the name of all those files. Okay, how to put and where to put. Okay, basically this is the folder where you have all the files, right? In this folder all the files are present. You click on this address bar. This is called an address bar or a URL bar, address bar, and you just write CMD. CMD basically means command prompt, and when you write command prompt, the command prompt will be opened in this location: OneDrive, Pranav Cloud, post qualifying webinars, and this renaming files. This is the path where the files, where the CMD is opened. You can simply write this command where dir space dir/b, and you can just copy this command. I'll just and paste it over here. As soon as you paste it over here, it will get executed, and when you press enter in a list.txt format, you will get all the files name. So this is the command prompt thing, and we'll just get this, the list.txt. Okay, I think there is something a.prn, which also we can get the file size and all these things. Yeah, there may be some other commands as well. So now the thing which I wanted to discuss was, if you have to rename all these files, suppose my boss says that I want to rename all these files. I want to add tax in the beginning of all the files. I want to add tax and underscore. I want to rename it in this way, that I go tax underscore. So this is the manual way of doing it, that you manually rename all the files. But a better way can be that you use the utility for doing this thing as well. So this is the Excel utility which like we have made, and what we have to do, this is a file name which we copied, and I'll copy all this file name over here, and you have to now here we have to do, then we have to paste a new file name. What file name do we want? So I just simply want to add now it's a simple Excel only. I want to add tax in the starting, right? So these are the file names. I will remove the extension. I'm just doing some Excel thing. This -4. So I've got the file name without the extension, and I'll just add tax in the starting. So this is the file name which I want, right? So for all these files which had this name 100_2302_ this, I want to add tax in the starting, right? So I've got these names. I'll just copy paste this, and there's a utility where you have to paste the old names, and now you have to paste the new names without extension. So I've done that only. I'll paste in the new names without extension. Okay, so what has happened? It has some, due to some formula, some command prompt commands has been generated. You can just copy paste this. Okay, I'll just copy it down. Okay, and I'll simply do, I'll copy this thing and I'll run into this command prompt, and you can see something is happening in the command prompt window. It is renaming all those 197 files. Okay, so if you had to rename it manually, I think you must have taken a lot of time, but once you run this utility, you can see everything has been renamed. Everything has been renamed to tax 1, tax 2, tax 3, tax 4. Okay, means whatever the name was there, the tax has been added in all the files. So in the same way, like whatever name you want to give, you can use this utility and you can add tax, you can add something else. Means in this way, you can make a standard file names across all your PDF files. Like when you save GST return of your client, you can basically have a standard thing, like you can say the GSTI number underscore the GSTI1 or GSTI2B underscore the name of the client. So in this way, you can store all your files, and that is why to make a bit of standardization when you have to rename too many files. So I've said you two things, that how you can get the file names in an txt file, and after that you use this Excel utility to basically rename those files into a standard thing. So I hope it's you must have understood that how this renaming was done. So you can see we have renamed 196 files in a go. Okay, without much hassle, we could leverage a bit of command prompt thing and we could do this. Okay. Okay. So I hope these two things which we have mentioned are pretty clear. And this was how do you rename a particular file. So when you have a one file to rename, you can do it manually. But when you have 100 files to rename, that is what is a painful point, and at that point of time, you can use this thing. So now comes the bulk auto email thing. Okay. So here I would ask Subham, if you are there, you can share your screen. I'm just stopping to share. So when do we use the bulk auto email thing is that when we have to send emails to multiple vendors. So I think most of us are CA professionals or CMA professionals. We know that with the recent amendments in GST, what is required is that whenever a vendor does not file his GSTR1, the receiver or the who was the receiver of product cannot claim the input tax credit on that supplies. I have the invoice, I have the goods, but I cannot claim the input tax credit just because the vendor has not filed his GSTR1. So what we do as a company is that we send emails to those vendors that these invoices are not filed, so please file these invoices. So that point of time, we have to send, like weekly, we have to send mails to 700 or 600 vendors. And can I get a recorded video? Yes, I think it is recorded and it will be shared on the Optotax channel. So what we have to do is we have to send like 500, 600, 700 emails on a weekly basis to all the vendors. And what we have to say them is that these invoices were not filed by you, and that is why we cannot take the credit, and hence please file the invoices. So that's the bulk email which we do. So Subham, can you just share the final email which we send to any vendor, a particular vendor?
Yes, sir, just a second.
Okay. So what we do is that we have a template, dear vendor name, in view of recent notification number 3940 dated 26th December 2021. This was intimated by GST department that we cannot avail credit if you have not filed GST1. Hence, these invoices. So we give them the list of invoices, that which invoices are pending from your side, because we as a receiver, we know that these invoices were there in my purchase book, but these are not appearing in my GSTR 2A or 2B. Now we have 2B. So we are not able to claim credit of these. So we send him the invoices list, and we also send him an Excel file, that these Excel file, in the Excel file will send him that, okay, these invoices are pending from your side. So this is a kind of a bulk emailing setup which we have done. And there is no any paid software that we use. There's no third-party software that we use, because since company data are confidential, so we do not use any other software. And the program which we are discussing, it's made out of Python programming language, and we have made it on our own. It's the in-house made program, in-house made application that that we are able to send bulk emails to all the vendors. So that will be sharing. And thing is that the application, that you might not be like be able to use it right away, but yeah, once you go through the code and how this thing are done, then you'll be able to see. Okay, so now you can see that suppose we are sending an email to Grasim Industries, so we'll be sending something like, dear Grasim Industries, in view of these notifications, this is done. So there's some red highlight that you are supposed to file GST1, something like this. I once go down. So regards, okay, to go down once. And this is an annexer which we give as a table in the email itself. Plus there's an Excel file. There's like invoice number, GST amount, all these are there. And there's an Excel file which goes with each and every email. So even this is like program, in the program we have inbuilt this logic that it has to pull that vendor's Excel file and it has to mail. So just a small demo, because we won't be sending 700 emails right now. We'll be sending it to some dummy accounts just to show you. Okay, so just you can like have a small demo of how this thing works, how much time it takes us to send these emails. So the best part is that once you have made this application to send 700 emails, you just have to run the application, like maybe 1 or 2 minutes it takes to set up the application and run it. And in the background, it will be sending all those emails. So there's no need of a particular article or intern or an apprentice to send these emails. Okay. So that's how the thing works. And I think this is something which we as a professional, everyone can think of, that what tasks are we doing in our office, which basically can be automated. And this bulk email thing, we could see that there was no any particular very effective software in market which could do this for us, because we had 700 vendors, all those Excels,
all those Excels were in one particular file. We had to divide that into multiple Excels vendor wise and then send it as an attachment. There was no one particular software which could do all these three things for us. So what we did was we took an help of a Python programming language. We wrote the code and then we made something which could do this for us. So yeah, so these are the like five emails we'll be sending, Pranav. These are some dummy names. We have just changed the name for now. This is the email address. This is attachment name. Everything gets auto-populated. Okay, there is no manually. No one writes these things manually. It's all everything is getting auto-populated, and this is the Excel file that we'll be getting. And these are attachments that gets created through that Python program only. These attachments will be created. Okay, Subham, just open any one attachment. This 13210788. Open any these attachment ones. Yeah. So this attachment will be having the name of the vendor, the invoices, which invoices he has not filed, and the tax amount and all these things. Okay. So yeah, so this thing will be there. So you can just Subham, a quick demo of how this application works. Okay, this is the upper window. This is a Jupyter notebook. This is the okay. Basically, here we write the Python code. Whatever code you can see, this sender equal to email. This is the small Python coding, and it's not very complex. This we can discuss in some other webinar how you go around making code. That is a small program which we made. This is again the separate set of discussion. But this is a small program which we have made, and this is publicly available. This program, because it's a set of code. There is no proprietary rights on this code, so anyone can use it, and you have to make some trickies of small changes because the path of my computer and path of your computer will be different. So you will just run this program. We are entering our email ID, that which email ID which we want to send. Okay, so with this email ID we are sending, and with this, what will happen? Okay, it will ask for all these are hard coded into the code, that it will ask us for the subject, and it will ask us for this email ID and password. And once everything is correct, then it will be sending the mail to everyone whose name was written in that Excel file. We saw the Excel file just now, and there was a mail. There was a five people to whom mail was supposed to go. I think there's some password error in this, and that's why it didn't work. Let's see again. So are we sending it with your Gmail ID or with the other one, the tax BHJRK? Okay, I think there is some authentication error coming. Some setup needs to be done. Subham, can you just try once again?
Yes, I'm trying. I'll just pause this screen.
Okay, okay. We'll just see, because the only negative part or the sad part of coding is that sometimes few errors some small error may also lead to that your code not working. But yeah, but that's not a big thing. Those things can always be handled once we have hard coded it into an application, and once we have made an app out of it, it will always work. Since it is a raw code, so raw code always has those vulnerabilities that sometimes it might work and sometimes it does not. So let's see, we'll try to fix it. And similarly, you can, I think those working in the GST return filing, you can have a list of Excel that who are your clients. Maybe you have 100 or 200 clients whose GST return you file. So you can have that these clients have not given their data. You can have a template, and you can like send bulk emails to all those clients saying that these vendors need to give their GSTR data. Please give it before 10th of the month. So now you can see just we have done this. We have used a different mail ID, and yeah, this is the mail ID with which we usually send it. It's tax. We have to write tax, right, Subham? I say tax. Yeah. So we have entered the mail ID, and then we have entered the password. And we are writing a demo subject. We can write any subject which we want. And so now the code is running in the background, and we'll see whether the mails are sent. It will give us a pop-up. It will give us a output saying all the emails have been sent. We're just waiting for that. So I hope the things are clear to all the participants. They are able to apprehend what thing we're talking. And okay, so now you can see the pop-up has come. EP, all emails are sent successfully. So you can just see we have given here print EP. So whatever we said means the code may, whatever is written in the code will give the output. That's starting EP, all mails sent successfully. Okay, Asa, facing network issue. Yes, I think you can relog in. It's not an issue. So now let's see the Gmail ID. Once so open the mail ID, how mails have been sent and whether it has been sent to everyone or not, because that's the only way we can check. So see your sent items. No, not this. You are opening your own mail ID. Now open the mail ID from which we have sent. Okay, so we have sent to that Subham. So this mail has come. So just click on this. What time the mail has come? Show us the time. Okay. We are going to send items. This is the mail ID, and now you can see 1805. So basically, yeah, just now. So 1805, we have sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 emails. Okay, so these mails were sent. 1804, we sent it, I think, when you was testing it. So yeah, so these 5 mails have been sent. Open anyone. So dear Optotax, you can see that we have just written the name in the Excel file, and the dear Optotax, in view of this video, this have been filed, and this is the with the Gmail attachment it went. Okay, so in that way the Excel is there on the background. It has all the details that in which Excel file and what table it has to make, and it sends the bulk email. Okay, so and this code is available online as well, and we'll be sharing at last at how you can access all these resources. Okay, Subham, thanks for sharing your screen. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so we can stop sharing. Okay, I hope this one will be useful to you all, and at last we'll be sharing that how you can get these tools and how you can use it on your daily office work. Now coming to a next topic, which our agenda had, was steps recorder and Outlook rules and standard replies. So I'll first discuss the steps recorder. So steps recorder are basically, you must have seen when you're working in an organization, you have handing over thing, like you were doing a particular task, but now you have been assigned more responsibilities, and that is why you have to shift some of your work to your junior. An article first year has just joined and he wants to understand how you do it. So now basically there are two ways to explain. Either you will make him sit right beside you and you will say, okay, these are the things, please note it down, and next time you have to do all these steps. Or you will make an Excel file, you will do your screenshots and you will write, okay, click this, write this in here, write this, write that. That is way how you do it. But we have a very great app in Microsoft itself. Means for a long time I was not aware of this app, and I don't know why the app was there and why I didn't know about it. So the app is Steps Recorder. The instance is already running. Okay, I have already opened the app, I guess. Okay, so the app looks something like this. I'll just close it once. I'll open it again. No. Okay, so the app is Steps Recorder, and I think it comes with most of the versions of Windows. I don't know whether it comes with Windows 7 or not, but it comes with most of the latest version of Windows. So Steps Recorder is an app. You can just click on it. So something as this small dialog box has come. Okay, now suppose I want to give a training to a new intern of how to send email using Outlook. Outlook mein how do you send emails? So I'll just say him. Okay, I'll just close the Outlook at once. I'll just say, okay, I'll do the start record button. I'll do the start record. Now it has started recording everything. Okay, so I'll just say, click on Outlook. I've clicked on Outlook. Now I'm not doing anything. I'm letting it open. Now I will say, go to this inbox. Okay, I'll say go to the inbox. Click on the new email. Something will come. Write a email address. Suppose this is the email address I want to send. I want to CC to another person, and I want to give a subject of demo test, and I'll write dear sir, this is a test demo email. And I will say, how do you add signatures? So I will just say I'll just say, click on signatures and do the F corp sign. Click on that and click on send. Now this is a step that I wanted to teach him. Now I will just say him stop record. Now let's see what it has captured for us. So the first time when I saw this report, I was like, how can someone make such perfect recording and be free and be a free app still? So I'll just zoom it a bit. So just see what it has what it has recorded for us. It has giving these files help you content, it's giving some background. You can step it, you can just skip it. Now it is giving steps. So step 1, at this point of time, user left click on Outlook button, which is right. And you can see it has given us a highlight as well where the Outlook button is. It has given a green highlight. It has given an arrow that, okay, this is the arrow where you have to click it. Now step 2, use mouse wheel down to the sent item. So I don't think anyone can write so precisely. It being a computer, it has written so precisely that step down on a wheel in the tree item in inbox. Then it is saying user left click on inbox 5500 message. I have left click on this, which is right. And then it says user left click on new email button. It has given us a green highlight as well, that where exactly you have to click. And it is capturing all the screen. It has captured the zoom photo as well. So yeah, so this is a screen, and then user into the two item edit, then saying CC item edit, what we have to type, and the subject BCC, and the subject item goes into it. Then it comes into writing the body. I'll just zoom out. Yeah, I'll just zoom out, and what body you have to send, and then the signature, user left click, all these things are there. Okay. So in that way, and in that way you can just, and there's some additional details as well. Means the above was with the screenshots. Now it is something which is written. Step 3, step 4, step 5. And if you want to save it in a PDF file, you can just simply say Control P. When you do Control P, it will say Microsoft print to PDF. I'll say yes, print it to a PDF file. And it will just ask you, I'll just send it over some desktop. Steps to send an email. And you can just, you have a beautiful PDF file which has recorded all your steps, and it can be as long as you want. And it's a free tool. What more can someone expect out of it? So I think whenever you're doing a handing over, this is the best tool you should be using when you have to explain someone what steps you need to do. Okay, so I hope it was clear, and yeah, and this is a free tool. You can it's available on Windows. You can simply type steps recorder. I believe you must all have it on your Windows system. Okay, so yeah, this is one of a great app which I find. And next coming to some Outlook rules and standard replies. Okay, this was something which I wanted to explain. First of all, most of us has that thinking that Outlook means you must to have a Microsoft ID, which is not true. If you see it in my case, I have a Gmail ID and I have logged in using Outlook. Okay, it's a efficient corporate info at gmail.com. It's my login ID of a Gmail. How do you add it? You can see it over Google or YouTube. There are a lot of online platform where you can add. You can simply add. You can simply go to your file. You can add an account. Okay, so it's not a big deal. That can be done. So I'm just fetching some issue. Okay, yeah, so you can go to file and you can add account. Now once you have added your Gmail account, what good tools it has is, suppose I want to add some rules. I have made a folder junk emails. Okay, now I want everything from everything from Google. Suppose I want everything from Google to go into junk email. So this is basic Outlook rules feature which we have. Always move messages from Google. I'll say always move messages from Google to junk emails. So once I do this, I'll press on OK, and you'll see every email has gone to the junk email. My inbox becomes more cleaner, because every time the email comes from Google, it will go to junk email. You can see all the Google emails have already been populated over here without doing anything. You don't need to drag and drop and do anything. Okay, simply everything has gone to junk email. Now what you can do, one more thing, you can make a new folder. You can make a folder important email. important email. You can have this, and you can say that, okay, whatever email comes from like Microsoft, or whatever email comes from Streamlit, Microsoft. Okay, whatever email comes from Microsoft is the important email. I'll send a rule. I'll say always move messages from Microsoft Outlook to important emails. I'll select this, and so these are like basic Outlook. So Outlook or Gmail is something which we have been using it. So maybe you all have been using Gmail, and Gmail is also a great app. But since corporates usually prefer Outlook over a Gmail account, and that's why Outlook has a lot of functionalities. Like one was this rule thing. One is this quick steps. You can just add some quick steps if you want. If I want that whenever a mail comes from Tax BSJRK, what I want to do is I want to add few steps. Now I can just say for important files, for important mails. I've done a quick step. Now you can just Google even that how quick steps work, and even that will like give you a brief idea of how things are done. I'll just say that move to a folder. Whenever I press that button, it should move to a folder important files. Then what it should do, it should do one more action. It should mark as important. Then it should do one more action. It should flag the message. Then it should do one more action. It should forward the message. So these 4 steps, which I manually do, maybe that I do these 4 steps manually. So I can just, I have done this everything on a single button. That means it says forward to this particular P Tulshyan 77. Okay. I've sent forward it to this email ID, and I've done shortcut key of Control-Shift-1. That if now I've done finish. Okay, so let's see. Now, as soon as I see that, okay, this mail has come from Tax BRK, so I'll press Control-Shift-1, or I will just press for important emails. So once I've done this, it has done everything. It has set the important, it has flagged the message, it has moved to the folder. Now it has forwarded it. I'll just say for information, and I will send the email. Now, if you see this important email, you can see this IOCL tax has already been set as the flag is there. The flag is there. The importance is set to high. This red exclamation marks means the importance is set to high. It has been moved to important folder. All these 3 steps have been done. Okay, so that is how you can, like, whenever you get, I got this email, I'll just click on this. It has done this. I'll say for information, and for instance, I'll just send it. So it has just reduced my steps. Okay. So this is one thing, and one more small thing, like suppose when I get a mail or a test email, now suppose I want to reply it. I have a standard reply which I have to give. Suppose whenever someone asks me that they want to join a WhatsApp group, I have this message which I always say. Like there's the quick parts. I say response to a WhatsApp group join. So I'll just simply just click on these quick parts, and there's a response to a WhatsApp group join. I'll just click on this, and everything will auto populate over here, and I can just reply, or I can send it to that person without having to type that. Similarly, you can create like many quick parts as you want. Like you can, how to you click a quick part? Suppose you write something, dear sir, for the GST return has not been filed by you, and hence the email was sent. So suppose we send a lot of email, and then someone comes and say why you have sent the email. So that is why we'll just set this. We'll just write something like this, and we'll do something 13, and we'll select everything, and we'll do insert quick parts, and I'll just save selection to a quick part gallery. Response to email query. I'll just say this, and I'll say okay. Now whenever I'm getting a email, maybe someone has sent me regarding an email. Suppose someone has sent me regarding this query. I want to reply it with that message. I don't need to type it. I can just say reply all. I can go to insert. I can do the quick parts thing, and I can do email response to email query. So everything has been populated on this. So in this way, this is not everything Outlook does. Outlook has a lot of features. So this is one thing which I wanted, because we all come across through a lot of emails in our daily office work, right? So in that way, this is a very helpful Outlook. You can basically explore. Okay, someone is asking how can you go from Gmail to Outlook? As I said, under that file you have that add account thing. Now that's not a big process, but you can definitely Google it, or you can do some YouTube. There will be a lot of videos who will explain it. It's a very easy way. explaining steps to a junior. So now again, multiple PDF DSC signed. Now, after the pandemic thing, a lot of documents are being digitally signed. So just a quick demo. Subham, can you just again share your screen and we'll do a quick demo of how you can sign your multiple PDFs. Like this, it's again a free tool and it's available on the Google. It has been developed by Government of India, NIC team, the National Information Center, and yeah, and that is why the app is like safe to use, because we even like I am very skeptical, and before using any third-party app, I usually cross-check who's the developer are and whether they are reliable, because data at this point of time are very critical and it's very not recommended to use any third-party app. And that is why even we try to make some things out of our own, and we do some programming and try to do that in our own end. So this is a digital signing tool by the NIC. You can see it down. It's the e-office website is there for the Government of India, and the NIC team has developed it. Okay, so how to use this tool? I'll just show you. Assume just do the bulk PDF signing. Okay, the bulk PDF signing, we can browse the folder. So you have to, suppose you have like 100 invoices and you want to put a DSC at the end of the invoice. So what you can do is, I have like multiple PDF files. You can just open any PDF file which we have, and once you have selected that folder, the pop-up which it will give you that the emails, the invoices should be same. Like the invoices format should be same. It should not be that one invoice is of 2 pages and some invoices of 1 page. Okay, in that way we'll just browse and we will just select, suppose these are the PDF files, okay, that I want to do. Now I'll just say capture coordinates, because I have to say that where exactly I want to place the signature. So this is the file, and suppose I want to place the signature at the bottom. Okay, yeah, this white space at the bottom. Okay, I want to just place the signature. So your screen is not visible fully. Can you just zoom out a bit? I don't know why, whether I'm just seeing it like this way or. Yeah, okay, I think I capture coordinates is there. Yeah, right. And now you can just there's a button capture coordinates. The capture has been clicked, and then you can add some remarks. You can add some remarks like digitally signed. And yeah, you can do the apply signature. Now again, I will at last signing field. Okay, I think there's some issue with the DSC thing, so I think that can because in your case the DSC will be active, so that time you can sign the you can sign the PDF. I have a separate video on this, that how this tool is to be used. I will be sharing at last that how you can access all those things. And yes, okay, so this was around the multiple signing thing. Now this is a tool. Okay, you can just go to Google, you can write digital signing tool by NIC and you will get it. You will get the tool. Okay, and I could not show you the entire process. Sorry for that, because the DSC was not active, I guess, and the certification issue was there. But okay, but I'll just say you at the last that how you can get it. So there are some file tools and GST tools. Okay, so now this is again a very different set of things which we have developed. And okay, Subham, again, okay, this is a small demo if you can give for this. So I'll just explain what this thing is. So when you see that in our office, I think Optotax has a great application around GSTR1, JSON to Excel conversion, or they have a whole thing around GST, which even I came to know very lately, only last, I think 4-5 months I came to know that they have such thing. So what we had done was we had made a Python based program where you can convert your like GSTR1 into an Excel file. Suppose you have the GSTR1 JSON with you, and okay, so show that folder, how many JSONs you have, how many GSTR1 JSONs you have. Okay, so I have around 8 items of GSTR1 JSON. Okay, now I want to convert these 8 GSTR1 JSON into an Excel file. So JSON file of GSTR1 has all the invoice details. Invoice wise details is has that B2B has so many invoices, B2C has these details, your HSN summary is like this, your export has these details, your B2CS has these details. So that invoice wise details, if you want into an Excel file, how you can get it? So now I will show you that how you can convert all those 8 or 10 JSON files into an Excel file. So this is a small like five line of code. Okay, this is just a 5 line of code. Currently you won't be like, so you can just zoom the screen a bit, zoom in at the screen so you can read. Okay, from GST, I'm just specifying the folder, which folder it has, the files which are to be read, and it has this for file in file gtu.gst1 to Excel. This small code, not too rocket science, but yeah, once you can just run the code once. Okay, the code is being run and some output is being generated. The star asterisk will show that the code is being run. Okay, so once some output is made, 1, 2, 3 something gets displayed, then we will know. So like it is giving some output. Okay, that's slow a bit, Shubham, that we'll see. Okay, saying the GST1 JSON data file is selected, this one, June 2021 is selected. We are analyzing the sheets available. We are getting the metadata for you, please wait. Now fetching the B2B data, please wait. Then fetching the B2CS data. So in this way, it will read all those things. Okay. Okay. So I think that the go up first. Okay, yeah. So that JSON file, now just now you can see the file just now converted 1825. So yeah. So the Excel, the JSON file which we had, it has been converted. So there are 2 types of files which is made. It made one summary file. It made one table-wise file. I'll just open any one Excel table-wise file, that how it has converted and what output it gives. Now you can see this is the output it will give. The B2B data will come in this format. CTIN, the customer TIN number. The B2CS data will come in this format. The nil non-GST data, if there is any nil non-GST data, then this will come in this format. And F Corp all combined. So this is the all combined thing. The B2B, B2CS, everything will come into this one single file. Okay, so you just have to run that code into a Python program. So definitely you will have to have a basic knowledge of what Python is and how to run Python codes. But the code is already inbuilt. Those 6 lines of code, you need to like run it and you can convert JSON to Excel. Okay, and similarly, okay, this is the one. And next, I think we have, do we have also a GSTR B2B to JSON file? So like these can convert like 100 JSONs into Excel file at once. Okay, so I had only 10 JSON files, but even if I have 100 or 200 JSON file, it can get converted. Okay, so that's not an issue. So now I have like GSTR2B, because currently GSTR2B is used a lot, because we can use only the ITC which appears in the GSTR2B and has been booked in my books. So these are the GSTR2B which I have. And yes, GSTR2B which I have now. Okay, so I'm run that code of how. Okay, so they are GSTR1 JSON to Excel bulk conversion. So here I mentioned the folder, in which folder that is kept, and print files. I'll just run this code again. GSTR2B JSON. This is a folder name. Okay, I'm just running the code, and yeah, it will take some time. It will take around like 1 minute, and it will go around all the files. It will try to convert. Yeah. Okay. So done. So done means everything has been converted. So let's see how the Excel file has come. So go to that folder. Okay, someone, Nitish is writing, desktop digital signing tool is not available to download. Can you please provide the link? Okay, we'll be sharing the link. We'll be sharing the exact link from where you can download it, or if possible, we'll give you the exe file as well. So we have that. Okay, so this is the GSTR2B that has been converted. Okay, in this way. Okay, so open any one GSTR2B. So like here we have only 10 GSTR2B JSON file, but yeah, and there were very less data. Okay, the client has very less data, but I use it in my company where we have like 5,000 or 10,000 invoices in a GSTR2B. Okay, it has like 2-3 GSTR2B JSON file, and we use it, the same tool we use it for our company as well. So in that way, there's no limitation to like only it can convert 100 invoices or 200, it can convert lakhs of invoices. Okay, so in that way, it will give you like B2B data, CDNR data, and also F Corp all combined, converting joining all the B2B and B2CS. Okay, so in that way, it will give you. So currently the data is very limited. I can see only 4 rows, but yeah, but even if you have a lot of rows, it can convert it. Okay, so yeah, I think we are done with this. Let's show some file tools, some GST tools were this only. we have some more tools as well. We will say that how you can access those tools and how you can use it. That will be sharing. Now, coming to merging the monthly GST to be, now suppose I have given you, okay, so how many Excel files we got in GST to be when we converted. Okay, now suppose your senior tells you that combine all those nine GST to be files into a single file. So as a trainee, what you will be doing, or as a as you are working there, you'll just open one Excel file, you'll copy paste, you'll open a new Excel, you'll add there. You'll open another file, you'll add below it. You'll add another file, you'll add below it. And then in that way, you'll add all those 9 files. Now, what if I tell you you have 90 files, or like maybe you have 500 files? So how you will do that thing? So this so that okay, just open one Excel file. Just we have opened. There we had the F corp all combined sheet, right? Now I want now this sheet has been made in all those Excel files, right? So F corp all combined, I want this particular sheet of all those 9 files to be combined into a single Excel file. Okay, so I don't want all the sheets to be calculated, to be combined, but just this one particular sheet whose name is F corp all combined in all those 9 files to be combined into a single file. Okay, so I'm just run that code now. How do we do it? Okay, so this combining the Excel files or splitting the Excel files, these are some routine tasks which we do in our office, right? If you have tools to import invoices from Excel to Tally. Yeah, I think we had planned to discuss this tool as well, the Excel to Tally thing. We'll see if we are able to. Okay, so currently moving to this thing, that the monthly GST to be combining. So this is a small 3-line of code. I have done FTU all combined. What I've done is I've given the file path where the path exactly is. I've said mode equal to file, sheet equal to F corp all combined. That in this particular path, go to each and every file and combine all the sheet whose name is F corp all combined. Okay, so it's a simple, very simple code, just one line. We have run it, and within a flick of a second, it has said all the files in the folder have been combined. Okay, the combined file is stored into this particular folder. So just open that combined file. Okay, all Excel files combined. Okay, it has created around 1832 just now. Okay, so I'll just open this file, and we'll see that all those 9 files which got added. I think we even get the file name, that which file got added. So file name is over here, and I'll just add a filter, Subham, and we can show that all those 9 files are there. Okay, all those 9 files which were there, the names have been there, that which file, which row belongs to which file, that has also been calculated, that's also been written, so that if you want to cross check whether a tool has worked properly or not, you can just select any one file, you can just see the rows are proper or not. Okay, okay, yeah. So in that way, you can just cross check that all the Excel files have been combined into one. Okay. So yeah, so this was one file tooth I wanted to share, that how you can convert multiple Excel files into a single file. And this is a task which we do multiple times. Now next is converting Word file into PDF. Okay. Now again, so that folder, suppose you have 10-20 Word files. Okay. And you have to convert that into PDF file. Now maybe there are some online tools, but as I said that I never prefer using anything online, because whenever you say something online, it does not remain confidential. And we as a chartered accountant or as a cost accountant, we deal with confidential data. And it's never recommended that you use too many online tools, because we never know where the data is being stored. Now, suppose I have this 25 page Word file. Okay. Now I want to convert all these into a PDF. So what you do is simply you can just open a Word file. You can do Control P, print to PDF, Microsoft print to PDF, and you can convert it into PDF. But what if I have 200 such Word files and I want to convert it into PDF? So this Word file is a simple page 1. Okay, this is nothing more. Simple page 1 Word file. And I want to convert it into PDF, because you Control P and you can do it. But I don't want to do like that, because that is not an efficient way of doing. So what could be an efficient way of doing is, you can there is again a small set of code, just 2 lines of code. From file tools, import this FTU, and from FTU.word file, just convert Word to PDF. So let's run it. Once run the code. Okay, so yeah, this Word file now you can just the code has been run, and yeah, now it is converting all those. Now out of 25, 7 files has been converted, 8 have been converted. So in this way, it will convert as many files as you have, but you don't have to like wait. It will convert everything in the background. You can do something else as well when the tool is working. Okay. How to run the code? Yes, Sanjeev, that is one thing which we will be discussing, that because the code or Python program is not something we are so familiar with till now. But yes, this will be discussing that how these codes are being run. Okay, so I have, I think, 22 files converted, 23, 21, 25. Okay. Okay, so just go to that folder and see. Okay, 100% has been converted. Just see that how the PDF files have been converted. Okay, now you do page 1 and page 1 PDF, page 2, page 3, page 4. For every Word file, one PDF has been made. Okay, so in that way, it's a very effective tool. You do not have to do anything. You can just simply run that code and you can convert it. Yeah. So I think yes, this was, I think, regarding the file tools thing, which I wanted to share. Now coming to the question which Sanjeev asked, that how to run the code. I know that Python programming or any sort of programming is not a very familiar subject for us, and yeah, so that is where I usually recommend people corporates. So what actually Excel Corporate is, there is just a platform dedicated to 9 non-IT professionals to learn and adopt technology. So whatever things we have discussed till now, whether it be renaming files or whether it be locating the files using that application, or whether it be digitally signing multiple files or using that Outlook, some features of Outlook of how to make rules and how to do those things automatically, or it be the feature of using the GST related tools. So everything, this is just the use of this soft technology. It's not like we are making some robots. We are using the soft robots or the soft some coding thing which due to which we are able to make our task easy. The best example is that automatically sending emails to 700 vendors who have not filed the GST one. So once we just give that Excel file to it, it will just simply send the mails. So what everyone is doing, we are just using the technology, we are leveraging the available technology, so that we are spending our time not in doing those bulky and manual tasks and monotonous tasks, but instead we are using our time more towards doing something productive, analyzing things and doing sort of those kind of things. Okay, and that's how the efficient corporate thing is all about. And it is just a platform where you can learn using free video resources. We have a like efficient corporates is there's a YouTube channel where we have a lot of video resources where you can see guidance from experienced people who have been using technology for a while. We have people from finance background who have been using Python for 3 or more years. Like I have been using Python for only like maybe 18 months, but we have people already who have been using Python for a long time. Okay, into the finance field, they are not the IT professionals, they are CA like us, like you and me. Okay, you can chat with the community members, you can learn, you can now after learning, the best thing, the only thing you means is that just by learning is not enough. You have to build your own tools. Like you have to just think that what repetitive work you do in your office and how you can make a tool using that language, and you can just make your work more easier. Okay, and the thing is, the next thing which important is that when once you have made it, you can share it with share your tools with the community. We can share your tool. Okay, I have made this thing. If someone can test it and whether it's working for them or not, so that your tool can be used by everyone else, so that everyone's life becomes a bit easier because of your contribution, right? So this is what Efficient Corporate is all about. It's a platform of just to learn, build, and share. You learn from the platform, you learn how to make things, how the technology works, how to imbibe technology in your day-to-day working, and you build some tools using the technology, and then you share it with the community so that others can use it. And using your tools, someone can make a more better program out of that. Okay, so that is the how the cycle runs. You find a problem, what's the problem in your office, or not the problem, but what is something that you are not liking to do, that is something very monotonous, you have to do it day to day. So how can I remove that? You find a problem, you learn from the platform that whether how can I do it. You make some tool, you build a tool, you share it with others, you talk to them, you improve the tool, and then you share it as a final product that you have it. Okay. And through sharing, what I mean is that you can share by means of you sharing your tool, or you can like share, okay, that you can have a webinar kind of thing. And I think we have platforms like Optotax who give us immense opportunity to share whatever learnings you have done. So we have all these communities where we are available on Discord, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and WhatsApp. We are available all there. And I'll just share the YouTube channel which we have, Efficient Corporates. Yeah, so all the tools which we have discussed, most of them, as one was asking that how you can use it. So this is the Efficient Corporates. You can go to the YouTube, you can type Efficient Corporates, and you can get the page of Efficient Corporates. And here we have a lot of things, like a lot of videos which we have made on this GST related thing, and also the PDF related thing, that if you want to do a bulk encryption, you have to do sorting PDF. And if you're very new to Python and you do not know, like the automatic email thing, like how to automate email and how to send bulk emails, when that things are there. Now, if you do not know how to use Python, or Python is very new for you, in that case, as you were asking that how do we run the code? So I have a playlist saying, okay, I have a playlist which has Office Task Automation. There is one playlist which is Python tutorial for finance. Okay, there are 21 videos, and the playlist has been designed for the people who are very new to. Okay, so now you can just see that it has 21 videos over here from episode 1 to episode 3, all it ways go to 21. So once you go through these 21 videos, once just like it is a total of maybe 3 hours or 4 hours of video, the short videos, you can just go through it and you can have an idea of what that, like how to run the code, or how to understand the code, and how the basics of Python works. Once you go through this, then through an active support of the community, you can definitely learn and you can really make your own tools. The first step is to identify what thing do you want to automate, what thing exactly hampering your like work life, that you have to do a lot of things to do, but you are not able to manage it. Okay, and everything. And yeah, so basically I just want to say that it is not only about coding, or you have to do coding, but as I showed you that there are many online tools as well which you can use, and you can make your working more efficient. And hard working is not the best way of working. There's something called smart work as well, and that is why the technology comes handy with us, and we can leverage the use of technology to make our working and life more easier. So I hope so the topic which we had was the increasing office productivity. So it's not that these are the only tools which help you to increase productivity, but yeah, the sense which I wanted to give was to people to start thinking in this way, that the only way our seniors used to do the work is not the best way of doing the work. Okay, there are many other ways of doing, but the only thing that is holding us back is we are not thinking in that direction. That do we have another effective way of doing it? Like someone mentioned that there's any tool for entering tally into from Excel into Tally. So I'll just show you a bit of glimpse, because since you mentioned it, I just want to show. I have this small program from which you can convert the Tally data into an XML file. And in Tally, you have something. Now it's a small program. This is an app which I have created using Python. This is a very small app. You can just browse your file, and like I'll just show what this file has. So just a small. I don't know whether entries will be posted in this using now, because I have not tested it. But yeah. So in this format, you can have to keep the data, the voucher number, the date of the voucher in this YYYYMMDD format, the party ledger name, and the debit amount in minus, and credit amount in plus, and credit ledger name. Suppose I have the ledger of someone has paid to HPCL through bank. So HPCL debit to PNB. So PNB will be created. So in this, we can have to keep the ledger name. We can keep the narration in Excel. You can have the voucher payment type as payment and contra. Okay, so these entries can be posted. This is kept in Excel. You can just use this tool. You can just like browse the Excel file, you can click to create XML. And once you have clicked to create XML, the XML has been created. And now if you see this 161845, okay, so this this big XML document has been created, and this XML can be imported into Tally. Okay, so this is something which you won't be able to understand because Tally, because it's made for Tally. And now when you go to Tally system, I don't know whether I can access it right now. Okay. So I have an currently I just have an educational mode Tally for now, and here there's something called import data. Okay, so import data, import vouchers. Even now with this, it asking for Tally XML. Okay, and the XML which we have created is nothing but the Tally XML only. So that is how, and this app which we mentioned, it's written in Python programming language. And currently I have not tested it and not fully implemented this thing, but yeah, this can be done. Even we have tested it on some clients, and we have done like 700 or 800 entries using this XML. So you can see this XML, it's in the format of Tally only. Tally needs XML in this format, and this XML which got created. Okay, and using this tool which is made in Python language. So the thing which I wanted to say you was that you can, like, we will be posting the video on this Tally Excel to Tally as well in coming week, maybe on the channel Efficient Corporates. But the thing which is important is you to start thinking that, okay, whether this can be done by us, whether we can do something in Python, or whether we have some app to do it, and just think of avenues of how you can make your working more easier and more simpler. Okay, so that is what is the crux of the session for today, just to enlighten that spark within you. Whichever work which you have been doing, just move a step back and just see whether this work actually requires some human intelligence, or it's just a repetitive step-by-step thing which can be automated and delegated to some soft robots. Okay, so yeah, so Ramya, so that much was from my side for the today's session. I hope I was able to do justice to the topic, which was around office productivity. And yeah, any questions anyone would want to ask, I would love to answer. I would love to know any of the participants whether if they have been using such tools and to make their work life more easier. Yeah, and I was listening at the beginning, you were mentioning for some Google Drive thing, that how Google Drive, and okay, that's the thing which I have using just now is the OneDrive by Microsoft. Okay, and OneDrive is similar to a Google Drive thing. Just the benefit of using OneDrive with Microsoft is that it syncs with your system. Like you feel like you're working in your Windows laptop, but in the background it is syncing all your files. Because with the Google Drive, you have to open the drive in the browser, right? But when you are using a Microsoft OneDrive, you are working in your own D drive, C drive, and E drive, and that has been attached to a cloud. That local system has been attached to a cloud, so that when you are on a mobile phone, you are making some changes. The changes are happening in your laptop drive. Okay, so that's a sync which Microsoft has, because Microsoft has an edge over Google, because Microsoft has an operating systems and all these things. So that is why Microsoft OneDrive, but it has only 5 GB of storage for the free pack. So that is one thing which you have to like trade off with Google. Google has gives you a 15 GB. So yeah, so that is even a great thing, that using Microsoft Drive in your offices, so that whenever you want to access files from your home, you can do it. Okay, you are using steps recorder, Mayank, that's great. And yeah, this is a great tool when you have to explain steps to someone else. Outlook tools you have been using, great. Yeah. And I think these must have helped you in your increasing your office productivity and like making things easier for you. Can we study Python programming help chartered accountant? Do we need to purchase course to have a study in that deep analysis to help in office? What I think, Nikita, is that you do not need to have a deep knowledge of Python, because Python is a programming language, and there are like big applications and big like sites like YouTube have been made using Python. Okay, so in that way, Python is a vast language. But we as a finance professional need to just see that what task we want to automate. Like if I talk of my story, how I started learning Python, it was simply because I was given a task in my office to combine GSTR 2A for 2 years. And we had 24 Excel files, and I had to combine it, because we have to like check with our purchase register with the VLOOKUP whether the purchase invoice are there in the 2A or not. We cannot do a VLOOKUP with 24 Excel files, right? So they said me that you convert 24 Excel into a one Excel file and we'll do that VLOOKUP thing. So I just thought that why this task is required to be done manually at all. So that is where I started seeing for Excel. I had some knowledge of Excel macro, but that was not something which was very handy. So then I came to know that Python is a program which can be easily learned for the basics. And the thing which we do at finance, we don't do some super rocket science thing. Like we simple do some Excel combining, Excel splitting, capturing data from a PDF or like making into a PDF files, doing some analysis thing. So all these things which we do can be learned very easily because Python itself is meant to make things more simpler. Okay, so I think just the playlist which I showed on my channel, Efficient Corporates, if you go through that playlist, you will have a fair idea of what things you can automate using Python and how you can do it. And whenever you have any difficulty, you have that Efficient Corporate community where you can post your query that, okay, I want to automate this thing. How should I start? And that is where somewhere any member will come and say that this can be done or this is the step you should follow. Okay, some Abhishek is asking, locate 32 can be used to search OneDrive files. Yes, yes, Abhishek, this locate 32 will, once it reads the database, it will read your G drive, C drive, E drive, D drive, each and every drive. And Microsoft OneDrive files are stored in your drive only, okay? And that is why you can search the OneDrive files. Nitish is saying it uses TDL for importing transactions. I think Nitish, that's a great thing. And TDL is a programming language for, I think, developing any tool in Tally. When you have to develop any extension, that is the TDL language which Tally is made. So I think it's great if you are using TDL and importing transactions from Excel to Tally in a much more efficient way. I think TDL, and I think Nitish, I would love to be in connect with you. I'll just see that what tool you have made and how do you import transform from Excel to Tally, because it's something which is required a lot in our CA community. I see many CA in practice, they make their accountant, maybe some BCom graduates or the first year article to say, okay, aap Tally mein entry karo. They give them some Excel invoices, or not the Excel one, they give some physical invoices maybe, or some Excel sheet, and then Excel to Tally, they have to do the entry. I think it will be a very helpful thing if you can like share what how you do it, and if it's a very simpler way, and then if everyone can use this, I think that would be great. Okay, Nitish, I think I have not shared my the contact details. I'll just share a bit small, just one presentation. Yeah. So this is the contact details. If anyone wants to get in touch, you can like send a WhatsApp over this number, or you can have this email ID. You can connect with me. Discord is something which I am very active on, and Discord is just like a better enhanced version of WhatsApp, where you can have a very good group communications. You can see some YouTube video on what Discord is, and it's a really great tool. So yeah, mobile and email, you can connect me with on that. And yes, I would love to see the tools which you have been. NIC web address for download. Okay, that helps. Subham, do you have it? Okay, Subham, if you can give the address of the NIC web URL, please give it so that people can use it. And generating XML file. Okay, sorry for the delay, Vijay. I'm really sorry for that, because there was something very unplanned. I didn't want it to really delay it by a minute, but yeah, it got a bit delayed. Okay, I hope it was a good learning for you all, and I would be, even for the Python thing, if there is if people are interested on that, we can have a discussion. Yeah, we can have a discussion of how this can be. Okay, so even that thing can be done. And yes, that much from my side.
So thank you so much, Pranav. It was really an amazing session. Like I think even Vijay ji had mentioned that intezar ka phal meetha hota hai. So it was really a very nice session. Thank you so much. It was definitely very practical, and I'm sure it would have been helpful to everyone who has joined us here today. And yeah, again, I'd like to apologize for the delay today, but still, it's great to see how almost more than 120, 130 people had actually stayed, till you had joined, and they have, stayed for a long time right now. Thank you so much, everyone. And as you can see on the chat box, so many appreciations for your webinar. So yes, and just to reiterate, the link will be given to you. The recorded session will be given to you tomorrow, and as well along with the PPT and other documents that sir will be sharing with us. And you can also view this on YouTube or on our Optotax YouTube channel. So in case you missed out anything in the beginning, you can view it over there. And you can follow us on social media, can give us your feedback, recommendations. And thank you, Surajji. You can also, ping me in case you want to give any feedback, in case you want to, connect with me. So I'm also giving you my LinkedIn profile as well. You can connect to me as well. Right. And once this session is ended, thank you so much, Mayanji. So once the session is ended, you'll get a feedback form. So please, you can fill that up. You can tell us what you liked about this webinar, what you didn't like. So yes, and also your recommendations on what you want to see next in our Optotax webinars. Right? Yeah, I have shared my profile, Surajji. So thank you so much for staying us for today, especially on a Saturday evening. So thank you so much to both Pranavji for an amazing webinar and the audience for patiently listening and being so active participants, on the chat box, continuously asking questions, So I hope this webinar would have been really helpful to all of you. It was helpful to me as well. I learned a lot of things. So thank you again, Pranav, for that.
Okay. Thanks, Ramya. Thanks. It was great.
Thank you. Good night and have a nice weekend. Bye.
Bye.